And we are here for top five of our new series. I think obviously people like it on its own. Get a lot of comments and a lot of questionable
Questionable
answers,
lists.
questionable ones. I just had them up and I've just took them off as well. But yeah, top five. If you're new to this series for us, it's where we pick a category every week, sometimes two categories, and we give our top five, pick five in that category and give it. Last week's was over and under.
Over and
Yep.
under.
Over and underrated superstars. It was I was a bit probably one of the longer ones because we debated one or two. A couple of questionable ones there. Matt putting Sting in there, but he explained it.
Austin Theory.
Austin Theory. I put JBL in, explained it. But yeah, this week's is belts,
Yeah.
belt designs. Just trying to see what the comments. Should we rattle through one or two dead quickly of last week?
Yeah. Let's do it because the question is, can I do Oozy Juices? And
yeah, go ahead, mate.
Because is it Oozy Juices that I've got an issue with? No, it's not. It's Burt Angles. I'm gonna read Burt Angles.
Yeah, but Angle's a bit mad.
So Burt Angles underrated. He went 5 downwards. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Shelton Benjamin, Kurt Angle, Chad Gable, and Lex Luger. Questionable for Kurt Angle being underrated. WWE maybe, but I think overall I don't think he is. Overrated. This is an issue I've got here. Number 5 is Edge.
I heard this one on the stream the other day.
He didn't give me a reason why. And then he went, I meant Sexton Hardcastle. So, fair enough.
He did save himself.
Christian, Jericho, Benoit, and Test. All overrated.
I didn't realise Test was overrated.
Ted's not rated. Test isn't rated. That's why I put him in the underrated, because I think he should be.
Yeah.
Edge. No comments from me. Christian, I don't think Christian is overrated at all. I think he's rated just where he is.
Underappreciated, Christian.
Yeah. Jericho.
But so I know Bert, you pop in every now and then lives. All Out is
every live. To be fair, he's
Yeah.
him, ETC, and Oozy Juicer. Every live.
Obviously, I'm not too sure when this video goes out, but Bert, if you spit out before All Out, can you pop in? I need to have a conversation about Jericho. I need your reasoning.
And then Benoit.
I can understand if you're going off recent runs, hasn't been great, but
Yeah.
the man's a goat. Let's have a look at some of the others then. Top ropes, overrated. I'll go underrated. He had Hook, Jack Perry, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Wes Lee.
I think Trick is not underrated at all. Neither
No, I
is
think
Wesley.
I think what I've seen of them two, I think they're at the peak. Well, nice flat rated / in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Hook, yeah, underrated by AW massively. Jack Perry, not right now. I think he's at the right point finally.
Yeah.
The other three I can't really comment on. And then he's overrated. Mox, Moose, Punk, Lashley, Cassidy. Punk I agree with.
Lashley, I'd say no, like for the reasons I gave last week.
Yeah.
Mox,
See, I don't.
definitely.
Lashley, I don't think he's underrated or overrated. Lashley, I think he's just.
Are you trying to play his game this week? That's his job. Don't you start that bollocks.
What bollocks?
Him, Mox overrated, trying to poke the dragon.
All right.
That's his job.
I wouldn't put Mox in overrated,
No,
and that's me.
absolutely.
Nah,
Do you know
I'm
what?
kidding,
If you're going down on eras as well, I have an argument for Dean Ambrose being massively underrated
Definitely.
in WWE.
Definitely, I agree there.
Massively underused.
Eddie Kingston overrated. Now you're talking.
Oh.
I've got a sack.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Moose.
Massively. How did I forget about Kingston? I'm underrated. Sorry, Eddie. You should have been in there. Should have represented you.
Underrated.
Yeah. Some of these are questionable. Pop in the live because I would like to debate some of them. I'm having a look at Heel Jacks. Underrated Scott Hall. I don't think he was myself personally. I think he was at the peak perfect. I don't think he was overrated or underrated. I think he was perfect. Lex Luger.
Lex Luger in a lot of lists, you know.
I think Lex could fall into the overrated myself. I don't remember much of him
Yeah,
being.
I think he is.
Booker T, now WCW Booker T, was massively unappreciated in WCW, and I think he got better when he came to WWE.
Yeah, definitely.
Vampiro,
Great shout.
Only massively underrated, considering all the stuff he's done and stuff he's doing, especially around in Mexico and helping them companies
Yeah.
get over. And then Sting, not underrated. He's not overrated.
He's overrated.
He's just perfect. And then you've done. Did you do Uzi? No.
You've not said he's overrated. He was at-
Overrated. Goldberg, DDP, Scott Steiner, Buff Bagwell, Hogan.
I think the only person that rates Buff Bagwell is Buff Bagwell.
Yeah.
I don't-
Anybody he's stripped for in the past.
Yeah. DDP is not overrated whatsoever. I think, if anything, I think he's a bit under. I don't think he gets the plaudits that he deserves.
What people need to remember about DDP, he started wrestling late in his life.
He did.
His career's not actually as long as it probably feels like.
Yeah.
He come in WCW towards the end, around the beginning of the Outsiders, that whole NWO. He did that period to the end, and then he only had a short run in WWE.
Yeah.
DDP's probably getting more time on things now because of DDP Yoga, which anybody wants to say that's overrated. It saved lives.
Yeah. it's
Saved
not
Jake
overrated,
Snakes
no.
and Scott Hall's life. Other than that, I don't disagree. I'm on that one. Uzi, overrated. Christian, he's done him the wrong round. CM Punk, Solo, Chad Gable, Jack Perry, and Christian. Chad Gable's massively underrated right now.
Yes.
I think he's coming into his own now. Solo, if you're going off current stuff, yes, he's a bit overrated right now. Christian,
Not
no.
my tribal chief. Christian, no. Jack Perry, no.
No. Solo, CM Punk, I'm not going to argue if anybody puts him in the overrated list at all. Fully agreed. And then his underrated, Conan, massively
Yeah.
underrated. Billy Kidman,
Yeah.
massively underrated. Booker T, we've already discussed him. Mark Henry,
I agree.
yeah.
I agree. Should have won well more than he did.
Yeah, you put it that way, yeah. And then Zilla. I think Zilla,
I don't think.
he's not. He's literally in his first year of wrestling.
Yeah.
This is his first year of wrestling. And if you're going to put him in a list, because of how people are singing his praises and want him in WWE, you fall into that overrated category very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Very, very quickly. I think people need to just chill with Zilla. Let him do his thing on the indies.
Yeah.
And when he comes to WWE, because it is going to happen, let it come. And then our mate, Desert Man, one man we can rely on to always be there for us in any of our lives. Overrated, Ryback, I'll do Jeff Jarrett, Goldberg, Hogan, Bret Hart, and Ryback.
I think the only person who rates Ryback is Ryback.
Is Ryback. And the people that he's doing
Battles with.
battles with on TikTok.
Yeah.
Because that means they're getting views because it's Ryback, ex-WWE superstar. Yeah, I'm not calling him a wrestler.
Was in a few main events, but was
Trying to
shit
think.
overall.
Do you know what? I didn't mind watching him, and then when you rewatch me,
Mate, when you rewatch it back, you just realise he's just a Goldberg ripoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
The only thing he did good was
clumsy.
stuff with the Shield, and that's because the
Yeah.
Shield were absolutely amazing.
And Punk,
Then
Punk at the time, I know you don't like saying it, but Punk at the time
Yeah.
was great. And Heyman made him look good.
Yeah, he did.
He probably could have done with being a Heyman guy.
He was. Heyman loved
He
him.
was, yeah.
He kept saying on TV, "I love you, Ryback," and that didn't even get over. Like Curtis Axel. Anyway.
Underrated, William Regal,
Yeah.
Dean Malenko,
Yeah.
Bryan Danielson,
No.
Randy Savage, and Raven.
I thought I said Maven.
Maven.
I was like, Maven was sick.
Raven was sick.
Raven.
I disagree on that one. Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, I agree.
He's at that point. I think now he's
just-
in that sweet spot in the
Yeah.
middle. Yeah, some questionable ones there. And like I said,
But it's your opinion.
Bertie, Bert, please come in and explain Jericho.
An Edge.
I need to know. An Edge, yeah. I don't want this. Oh, I meant to put. I ain't going to settle for that like Matt did.
Sexton.
Sexton
I have not at all. Don't you worry.
I will call you out on that rubbish. and then point you in the direction of some good stuff to watch. The whole promo of Jericho's 1001 holds.
Oh, it's so good.
Festival friendship.
So let's dive into it. Top 5 of belts. Yeah, it's a fun one, this one.
It's very easy for me to do this.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I literally did it while I was talking to you while we were getting ready.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Been unwell. I've been unwell, so I've not really, but I've still been on the lives in the background. But let's go.
Number 5.
As usual, 555 4, and then we'll get to number 1. We all say number 1 at the same time.
Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
So I'll go first. Number 5, the original TNA World Championship.
Oh,
The NWA title.
No, the one after.
Oh, the one after. Yeah.
It was almost like a take on the big gold one.
Yeah. I know
TNA on it.
I forgot about TNA, you know.
Peak. That there, if you think TNA, that era, that belt, peak TNA.
Yeah. Fairs. My number 5 is the Attitude Era version of the Intercontinental Championship. The Oval.
The Oval. Yellow, white,
No, the
black
Oval.
strap.
The one that like China had and
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's
yeah.
I love that Intercontinental. That's my favorite.
Title, but
Yeah, that's my favorite Intercontinental title.
Surprisingly, that's also mine as well. That's the Intercontinental
Coincidence? No, I'm joking, mate.
I think we might have taken the approach on.
You go first on this. No, it's a great belt. I loved it. When people talk Attitude Era, that's one of the first belts I think of. I loved it. Number 4.
Yeah.
AEW World Championship.
Ditto.
Absolutely love it. It's so nice, that belt.
Pretty belt. You can't deny it's a pretty
It's
belt.
a world title belt.
And it's a different title belt as well. Instead of the certain uniform we've had for many years of one big plate, side plates, leather. No, we've got one nice plate, couple other plates. Beautiful.
Agreed.
It's so heavy as well. It's really that is my number 4 as well. It's the AEW Championship.
Wow.
It's so heavy. It's I've got to wear it for the Love of Wrestling last year. Yeah, last year. They had the replica ones in the corner. Let's say the proper ones, and it was so heavy compared to anything I've lifted before.
It's had about, as well, if you look into it, it's had about 5 or 6 different versions, and no one's ever noticed, barring the
now they've got side plates on
MJF
it.
one.
Well, I only noticed that with Swerve on there at All In. I didn't know it had side plates until it zoomed in on Swerve. And I went, oh, shit,
MJF had a Burberry version of it.
Yeah, he did.
It had been re-leathered a couple of times. It's been replated. It's been belted, but you've never noticed until the side plates come in.
Yeah.
Right, number 3. I've gone for the white IC title.
Fairs. Nice.
I love that title. It's if I'm going to buy another title, that's my next one to buy.
Fairs. Mine's the Undisputed title from 2002.
Okay.
Just looking at that one,
I fucking love it, mate.
It was
so I love it. Ted?
Mine is
The Undisputed title.
the NXT United Kingdom Championship.
Fuck, the UK title.
Nice title.
The UK
it was a
title
nice title, but I just didn't include it.
With the Lions, and it's so cool.
Do you know
it's
what?
Such a cool,
if I could rechange it, I'd take the Intercontinental title out and put that in. I love that title.
It was a nice belt. It's not. It wouldn't make my top 5. It'd make top 10 if we did top 10, but
it's a beautiful belt, that. Number 2. Mine is the WWF Championship, the Attitude Era one. The big gold.
Oh, the big gold one.
Yeah.
I do love me a big gold, but the big gold one.
What
it's not made my list.
Just with Triple H holding it and The Rock holding it and stuff.
I'm even thinking back in WCW days, mate, when I know we don't, like Goldberg held it and Booker T held it.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the Attitude Era title.
Yeah, it was the same sort of idea, though.
Oh, right,
yeah. Obviously, you're not, probably didn't watch WC, but that was their world heavyweight
title. I know, yeah. I know that.
Wing Eagle, my number 2.
Yeah, very nice title.
And I like that we're hopefully one day going to be getting teased that Cody wants to return it. I would love that. I don't mind the new belts, but I would love more the old-fashioned look coming back.
I don't think we are, you know.
I don't think we will do. If anything, it'll be a special Cody belt you can buy off the store.
TKO like the WWE or the UFC logo front and center thing, don't they now? So.
Yeah.
Ted?
Number 2 is the World Heavyweight title, the old school one. They say the big gold belt. They say it means a lot to me. They say when I was growing, when I in probably my peak love of WWE, that belt were great. I'd mint feuds like Triple H versus Batista. They say springs to mind. They say I love that belt. I had it. They say I sold it. They say, but that's my second favorite.
Cool. Number 1. I'll say at the same time.
Gil's just decided.
That one's my favorite.
Oh, right. We're not saying that at the same time. Okay. I've not got one. Okay.
No, I've got that one. Matt.
3, 2, 1.
John
big
Cena's
gold belt.
World title.
Oh, mine's the big gold. Mine's the World Heavyweight title. I fucking love that title. That is my favourite all-time title of all time. You talk to me about championship belts, and the next one I'm getting is that one. Whether I mug off Euroshop or not is a different matter. But that is... try to anyway, it never works. Like Edge holding it, like Ted said, Triple H 2002, and then going back and looking at some old stuff in WCW days, the belt's just beautiful, man.
It is. It's so good.
It is. It would be on my list. Like if I'm buying belts, and obviously my number 1, it's probably not one of the ones you can pick up. If I'm buying belts, my next one would be the IC white belt, and then it would probably be the big gold one because it is iconic. I had John Cena's spinner belt. It, like Ted said, it was when I started to get back into wrestling because I've said it before. I've had breaks throughout. And when I got back in the wrestling, it was around the era of like hip hop was the music, and everybody's wearing spinner chains, and you had spinner wheels on cars and stuff like that. I just think it was cool. I think it was a era defining belt as well.
Yeah,
so iconic for that. And then obviously you had the USA version first, and then we had the rated R version of it as well afterwards. I just think it was just fucking cool. It spins, and I think I watched Santi Zap's video, and he's got one, and I wanted it because he literally spins it every live, and it spins the entire live. But yeah, John Cena's spinner world title belt.
Fair enough, man.
So we've agreed on next week's one. Obviously, let us know your choices in the comments. I can't see being too many controversial ones on this one from yous.
Not unless you put something like, I don't even know, a Ring of Honor title in that that's just sort of shit or something.
Or the Divas belt.
Oh, mate, if that gets put in, then there's something wrong with you. You need your hard drive checking.
Yeah.
Check his hard drive.
You might have a full file just on page. Moving on.
ETC.
Yeah. But yeah, so the next one, I think we've agreed it's about time we did a bit of an update more than anything on our next top 5. We did this ages ago. I don't even think Ted's done it with us. I think it was just me and you.
I think it's just me and you.
So next week we will be doing our top 5 current active superstars from both AEW and WWE. Keyword there, active. They have to be wrestling in the last 12 months. So unfortunately the likes of Kenny Omega is probably going to be missing, but it's not because we don't rate them. They've not been on TV, which gives us more opportunity to put people that are actually wrestling right now on there instead of just picking the usual ones, whether they're injured or not. If they've wrestled in 12 months but they're injured now, they can still go in. But if they haven't been on, then we don't
you're not putting them.
But yeah, comment, let us know your top 5 belts, and obviously we'll see you next week on the top 5 list of current wrestlers, all superstars. Peace out.
Peace.